coming to this, what do you think the biggest difference is in what you've seen, because you've been both places and you've been going back and forth? What do you think the biggest difference is between American culture and Hong Kong culture?
Oh, wow. So many, like, where do I even start? I think living-wise, you get a little more space.
Okay.
You know, you can freely have a house, a pet, whatever. You know, whereas Hong Kong, it's quite hard to have like a big dog in a small apartment. Right. And culturally, I think we really reward creativity. Mm-hmm. Especially early on in school,
right?
You know, in the arts. That's why I think there's so many great musicians, comedians, actors, because you are encouraged to do that in America, especially if you have the talent. In Hong Kong, it's more academic, you know, and schooling is very hard. I remember, like, I wasn't a straight A student in Hong Kong at all because it was just really, really hard. Right. And then they rank you every year. I remember, like, number one is this guy. I was always like number 11, 12 in like a classroom of like 30, like right. Kind of like a B student, you know, because I was always drawing or like trying to do something different and creative. But that's not really encouraged or rewarded, right? You know, because at the end of the day, Hong Kong is a finance town. Mm-hmm. So you're encouraged to go work for Goldman Sachs when you graduate, right. Or be a lawyer, doctor, stuff like that. But now I do see more and more creativity, mm-hmm. you know, coming out, or even, you know, creativity in the restaurant space, interior design, stuff like that. So yeah, that's one big difference. And then I also find dating to be very different.
Really?
I never really dated in Asia, right? Right. But, you know, obviously there's westernized dating as well. But I find when I first came to America, when I was in Hong Kong when I was a kid, I just imagined, when I'm 18, I'll find a girlfriend. I'm 22, I'll just get married. Right. You know, probably just sleep with one, two people, whatever, just get married, settle down. And then when I came to America, I was bombarded with MTV Spring Breaks, you know, Jay-Z Big Pimpin'. American Pie. And then they were like, even on the local news, it says the average age for American teenagers to lose their virginity is 16. I'm like, I'm 17. I'm a loser. You know, I haven't even talked to a girl. I never kissed a girl. So I was trying to overcompensate. I'm like, oh my God, how do I get laid? Yeah. Like getting laid is like so important in American culture.
It wasn't like that in...
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure there is that thought. Now, like, who doesn't want to get laid, right? We're all human beings. Right. But I think there is more of a slow courtship. Dating is less chaotic. Right. Here, you first and ask questions later. Right? You sleep with someone, maybe there's a situationship, and then you figure it out. Right? Like, I think over there, like, if you're going to seriously date, you probably court someone, you know, go out and, like, you know, hold some hands.
Do you meet, like, if you're like in Asia, do you meet the parents? How soon do you meet the parents? Because people ain't trying to let you meet their parents early on. It might be 6 months, it might be a year, it might be a year and a half, 2 years before you meet someone's parents. Yeah. How soon do you meet people's parents if you're in the Asian culture?
Man, you might have to meet the parents first before you stick it in. You know, I don't know. I think there's different people also have different pacing. Okay. You know, I'm sure you can go to a club in Hong Kong and try to get laid. One night stands, whatever. I'm sure that exists.
That exists.
But I think by and large, the dating culture is a little less chaotic. You date someone, you talk about your intentions. Mm-hmm. Maybe you even define boyfriend, girlfriend before you really jump into something physical. But once again, I am new to that culture, like coming back as an adult. So it's new to me, but I find it very refreshing. Right. You know,
the dating, you're like, okay, I got a slow start. You know, I'm looking at, you know, how it is in Asia, and then I come to America, and then, you know, you see these statistics and how soon and the average age, and you're like, okay. When you got to America, and obviously there are Asians around, you probably grew up in an Asian community, but did you like, okay, this American culture, did you find like, okay, I hadn't seen a whole lot of white girls, and now I see a lot of them, and that, you know what, and you mentioned your parents probably want you to, if you were to get married, your parents going to want you to probably marry an Asian.
I think they would prefer that. Yeah. But there's no pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Help me understand this. Why do Asians live so long?
I think diet is one thing.
Yeah.
You know, in Hong Kong, you have a variety of seafood and everything. And then also, we don't eat like big chunky meals.
No, you
Everything,
don't.
it's like little small, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's not
variety.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know how much I could survive off that.
But also genetics.
Yeah.
You know, what do they say? Black don't crack, Asian don't raisin. You know, we all look quite young. You know, and it's just genetics. And yeah, I think maybe that's why. Maybe that's the advantage of dating an Asian girl or black girl.
Right.
You know, like if I date. I should know. I have dated.
What?
Yeah, dude.
God dang, Jimmy.
Yeah, man. I dated everybody, man. I used to have the hottest girl. I met her at Hooters.
Oh Lord.
See, this is a black girl that like came in like second place Hooters bikini contest. This black girl who's just beautiful. And I was kind of like a dorky kid, just like doing open mics, but somehow she liked me, you know, and then we started like hanging out, going out a bit. And I remember I walked down the street and like brothers would give me high fives. I'm like, I don't, is that insulting? Like, are you saying like,
that means you got a winner.
Yeah.
If the brother give you a high five, you got a winner.
It was cool. I felt good about myself. You know, I felt good about myself. But I also, you know, I think, you know, growing up in Hong Kong, since you don't see a lot of, you know, white people, and then in the movies, it's always like white people, white girls.
Right.
Like that's like, you know, when I first came into the country, I'm like, oh man, if I can date a white girl, it seems like the prize.
Right.
You know, so I think I was more attracted to white girls. Well, I was just trying to not date Asian girls. It just sounds so stupid.
Right.
Right. For the longest time when I was trying to assimilate.
Right.
But now I'm way back on Asian girls. Asian girls are beautiful. You know, some of them speak my language. They're respectful.
Right.
I mean, there's some crazy ones also, but I'm now back on the Asian sisters.
Yeah, I think the thing is that if I remember correctly, you guys date within your race, marry within your race, one of the highest. I think Indian is the highest. But you guys are wide up like 2 or 3.
I think so. And now, I mean, when I was younger, I was just trying to date like a hot girl. It doesn't matter. I don't even know what I wanted. But now I get it. You know, culturally, dating someone similar is very important.
Right.
Or dating someone that also went through the same trauma, that went through the same, had the same type of parents, you know, had the same type of discipline and respect. I think that's all very important.
Do you guys have, you mentioned that you guys have a lot of American restaurants in Asia, Hong Kong, and China. Like, do you guys have Panda Express in Hong Kong and China?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. But there's all kinds of different.
But you got like McDonald's, Burger King, Starbucks.
They should do that though. They should do like an American Chinese food restaurant in China.
They ain't gonna go.
That would be kind of.
They ain't gonna go over well.
That would be kind of funny.
I don't think they're gonna let that happen, Jimmy.
Yeah. I'd never seen orange chicken growing up. Never, ever.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before 2 something.